This training, this series of videos and coaching you're going to receive on how to create wealth out of thin air, how to create assets from nothing could be, and really should be, one of the most powerful things you ever learn about. Welcome. I could not be more excited than I am right now to talk directly to you about one of the most amazing things that we can do as human beings, and that is to create things, create ideas, create businesses, create assets. So I've talked to thousands of entrepreneurs and potential entrepreneurs, and a big mental roadblock that people have with starting a business is fear. And fear happens for just a few reasons. It's fear of the unknown. You don't know exactly what to do, so you don't take action. You think you're going to make a mistake and you might look foolish. It's fear that you're not good enough, that there are smarter people out there who you may be competing with and they're going to beat you. Almost like back in grade school, running a race at recess. For some reason, we fear losing, and so we don't move forward. And the other big issue people have is the commitment. They're interested in becoming financially free, but are they really committed? And if they commit, how much time is this going to take? How much effort? And how long is this going to take? And all these questions start to rise up in their head. So I want to tell you right now that number one, you're going to know what to do. Part of this recipe is just putting one foot in front of the other. It's the perfect analogy. We're going to crawl before we walk and walk before we run. You just have to want to move forward. So bring that to me right now. You have to want to start moving in that direction, and that's it. Because by the end of this, your mind and your future will be completely changed. I'll guarantee you that. You will know the who, the what, and the how to get going. So when I say creating an asset, what I'm talking about is building something that produces income, that grows in value over time and gives you freedom. This isn't about another 9-to-5 paycheck. It's about creating something that keeps working for you. Something that builds real wealth long after you put in this initial work. The idea here is simple. You create an asset, that asset generates income, and eventually, if you do it right, the income from your assets cover all of your expenses. That's what we're after. We're after freedom and control and the ability to live life on our terms. So an asset is anything that puts money into your pocket. Think of it like a machine that you've built. So one that once it's running, it keeps generating cash without needing your full attention all the time. And assets come in different shapes and sizes. So first up, we have business assets. A business asset is something that you start or you acquire, you buy, that generates income by selling a product or service. This can be anything from a local landscaping company. It could be a pizza shop to an online store. The beauty of a business is that it's active at first. You put in the work to build it up, but eventually you can systematize it. You can bring in a team and you can turn it into something that runs really without you having to be there every day. And second, we've got real estate assets. So real estate is a little bit different because it's a physical asset, something tangible. When you buy a property, like a rental property, you're really setting yourself up for a monthly income from tenants. That's the goal. And not only that, but the value of the property can appreciate over time. So this is a super solid way to build wealth, generate cash flow, and there are so many ways to get creative with this. And then we have intellectual property or IP assets, and this is something that you may not be thinking about at all. So this could be anything from you taking your knowledge and creating an ebook, a digital course, or a piece of software that you develop. And you don't even have to know how to code. I didn't know how to code when I developed RealFlow, one of the largest real estate investing technology companies in the country. And the powerful idea with IP is that you're creating something once, and then you can sell it over and over and over again without needing you to keep putting in the same level of work. It's highly scalable. And I want to make an important distinction here between two types of assets. So we have internal assets and then external assets. So an internal asset is something within you. It's your mind, it's your skills, your creativity, it's your ability to generate ideas, to take action and build something valuable. That's an example of an internal asset. For me, my brain is an asset. It's the engine that drives everything else. And maybe for you, you have a unique skill or talent. Like if you're an incredible guitar player or you have an amazing voice, that's an internal asset. It's something within you that can create value, that can generate income if it's developed and directed the right way. And then we have external assets. So these are assets separate from you. So my farm, Mapleside Farms in Brunswick, Ohio, is really a perfect example of an external asset. So it's 145 acres with 4,000 apple trees sitting up in one of the highest points in the county. It's beautiful. It overlooks this huge valley. The sunsets are incredible. They feel like they stretch for 100 miles. So we build wedding venues and barns and waterfalls. So it's really not just an orchard anymore. It's an experience. It's a place that people want to come to. So Mapleside is an asset because it produces multiple types of income. It's an external asset from me. It's a business that brings in revenue through events, weddings, tourism. Plus there's real estate rental income that comes back to me and my family. Now, when you hear the word asset, you probably think of things like this external asset, something physical, something separate from yourself. But here's where it gets super interesting. Just like you or I can have an internal asset, a business can also have internal assets. And one of the strongest internal assets here at Mapleside is the beauty and the setting. People want to be here in the fall. They want to pick apples. They want to go through the corn maze and take a hayride. The natural beauty is this internal asset that sort of draws people in, draws people to us. And because of that, we created another business asset within Mapleside called Pumpkin Village. It's this totally unique fall family experience with a corn maze and games and attractions. And we didn't stop there. We actually built out a wine tasting event right in the corn maze called Vino the Way. So now we have multiple business assets, each creating their own income streams, all within the larger asset of Mapleside Farms. And I'm sharing this with you so you can start thinking the right way about creating assets. Once you see them for what they really are, you're gonna start to see opportunities really everywhere. And that shift in thinking, that's more than half the battle. Because once you start seeing the world this way, there's really no going back to that old way of thinking. So what I wanna do in this training is help you create an asset. You may start one yourself, or you may buy one from someone else, and I'm gonna show you how to do both. And then we have this super powerful growth engine that I wanna give to you called P3, which is gonna help you grow and scale your assets, all of them. Because I think most people live in income dependency. They rely on a job or a paycheck to cover their expenses. And if that job goes away, then the income goes away with it, and they're back to square one. So creating assets is about moving from income dependency to asset dependency. You're creating income streams that don't require you to constantly show up and work for them to just keep paying. You're replacing your paycheck with money generated by your assets. And when you get to a point where your assets are covering all of your expenses, that's when we've achieved asset freedom. You're no longer dependent on a job, a boss, or a fixed income. And that's when life, your life, gets to be a lot of fun. So let's go.